Hi, and welcome back. Today we're going to finish the chapter we started yesterday, which is T-Rab. And if you'll remember right, T-Rab has been up to some very naughty things. He apparently got a visit in the classroom by the janitor, the custodian, who was obviously cleaning things up, vacuuming. And when the janitor was distracted, Tyrabbisaurus Rex got out of the cage. And then he's been kind of running loose ever since. And we left him off and doing some, pretty naughty things. He found Ginger's hat. And I don't know, that doesn't exactly bode well. So let's see what happens. T-Rab. Crash! I leaped to my feet, abandoning my nest, to dart behind a box that's sitting in the closet. Someone's in the outer room. Mrs. Cabbage, did you fix my hat? It's the little girl with the awesome things, the one called Ginger. Isn't that a kind of food? I think it is. Maybe it's even a vegetable. She doesn't look like a vegetable. I sure did, Mrs. Cabbage says. I put it back on the shelf in the closet. I peek out the closet door. Ginger and Derek are standing by Mrs. Cabbage's desk. Thanks, Mrs. Cabbage, Ginger says. She and Derek head for the closet. Is she coming for my nest? It used to be her hat, but now it's my nest, and I spent a lot of time making it perfect. She's not going to take it, is she? I dart over to the nest and grab it with my teeth. I try to pull it toward the box, but it's too heavy. I'm starving, I hear Derek's voice. I'm just going to check on my hat and then we could go to breakfast, okay? Fine. They're right outside the closet door. I stare at the door, then at my nest. I have no choice. I abandon my nest and dart behind the box again. Oh, no! Ginger's really loud. What's wrong? Derek asks. My hat! Ginger collapses next to my nest and picks it up. Derek settles at her side. Wow, he says. It's the last hat my mom gave me, Derek, and now it's ruined. She bursts into tears. I didn't mean to make Ginger cry. It's just her hat was so pretty. It made a perfect nest. I hop out from behind the box. Derek puts an arm around her and hugs her. It's okay, Ginger. I'm sure your mom will understand. Ginger shakes her head, crying quietly. But it's the last gift she gave me right before she died. She won't ever give me another hat, and Cuddles ruined it. Derek's silent for a minute. Then he says, My dad died too. I was a baby, so I don't really remember him. The only thing I have from him is a teddy bear he bought for me the day I was born. I don't remember my parents either. I hop a little closer. You don't remember your dad? Ginger says. Derek shakes his head. That's so sad, Ginger says. At least I remember all the good times with my mom, that she loved me and played with me. Yeah, my mom tells me all about him, how happy he was to be a dad. But it's not the same as remembering him myself. Ginger nods. She picks up a purple flower. It's one that I nibbled on the night before, so it looks a little lopsided. She bows her head, and a couple more tears streak her face. I hop the last distance to her and set my front paws on her leg. She doesn't notice me, so I nudge her with my nose. She pulls away and gasps. I hop into her lap and circle around a couple times before I settle down. Wow, Derek says. I lean forward and nudge her hand with my nose. What does that mean? Ginger asks. I nudge her again. Maybe you should pet him, Derek suggests. Ginger hesitantly strokes my head. It feels pretty good. I close my eyes and relax. Look at that. He must like you an awful lot, Derek says. That's probably going a bit far. A nudge could mean so many things. It could mean, hey you, feed me. Or, you're kind of stupid, but I forgive you. Or even, I love you more than Carrot Tops. Probably not, though. Nothing is better than Carrot Tops. In this case, nudging Ginger was just my way of saying, I'm sorry. But as usual, the humans don't understand me. Instead, they think it means I like Ginger, which must be why she decides to pet me. I won't complain, though, because she's really good at this petting thing. I relax and listen to the two of them whisper together. Derek shares what his mom has told him about his father, and Ginger shares her memories of her mother, and the two of them make me feel happy, almost like I'm at home with my T-Rab family. Maybe I'll adopt them. Ginger can be my adopted Tyrabbisaurus mom, and Derek can be my adopted Tyrabbisaurus dad. That sounds like a perfect plan. I lay there imagining the two of them in Tyrabbisaurus bodies, when suddenly someone comes along and scoops me up. All right, Mr. T-Rab, I don't know how you keep getting out, but enough is enough. And Mrs. Cabbage shoves me back in my cage. This time I don't mind that much, though, because I'm tired and hungry, and veggies are waiting for me in my bowl. I pounce on the first veggie I see. It's a Carrot Top of veggie awesomeness, and I drag it into my house to devour its yummy goodness. I never should have let Mrs. Cabbage catch me. I've been bored ever since she scooped me up 10,000 years ago. First, I take a nap, because that's what T-Rabs do after having amazing adventures and building awesome nests. And speaking of nests, can you believe they didn't put my nest in the cage with me? Instead, Ginger gives my nest to Mrs. Cabbage, who says she'll try to fix it again. Fix it! I roar at her. Are you crazy? It's perfect! All we need is some new ribbon and maybe a few new flowers, she tells Ginger. Now that doesn't sound too bad. More ribbon and more flowers? Yummy! I'll get what we need and work on it this weekend. With a lot of glue, it'll be good as new. Glue? Why would they want to put glue on my nest? I glower at them suspiciously. Is she talking about ruining all my hard work when she says it'll be good as new? It's perfectly new now. I made it that way on purpose. Ginger's finally stopped crying, though, and she doesn't look as sad as she did before. I didn't mean to make her feel bad. I guess it's okay if they ruin my nest. I look around the room. I'll just have to build another one. I spend about 72 hours plotting where I can build my nest and what I can use to build it. There's a box full of paper that looks like it might be fun to pull out and shred. I never noticed that box before. That's the great thing about my bunny palace. Yes, I've decided not to call this place they've locked me in a cage anymore. It's my palace. My T-Rab palace, and it has 3 levels, and when I'm on the top level, it's like I'm king of the world, and I can see everything. I can see the box that's almost full where kids are always putting their paper. I can hop into it easy, knock it over, and scrabble all around. I plot how I'll pull the papers out and shred them into tiny bits, and how I'll eat some of them, because paper, yum. Then I plot how I'll pull them onto that bookshelf there and build me a little nest. I'll use that paperback book. The pages look yummy. Plus, they'll make good material for my nest. I'll also use the pillow in the reading nook. It looks really comfortable. I haven't slept on it yet. I need to try it out next time I'm free. And that tiger's eyes. so he can't stare at me anymore. I'll nibble away the black threads of his eyes, and then whatever's left after I'm done nibbling, I'll put in my nest to snack on later. What else can I use? The teacher's desk looks mighty interesting. It's covered in papers and pencils and, ooh, hey, yummy. I wonder what that book will taste like. The one on the teacher's desk. It's much, much bigger than any book I've ever seen. It's like the king of all books. It has wire, spirally things on the end that look fun. I'll chew those and I'll nibble some of the pages and maybe I'll even sleep on top of it. It's so huge, I bet 5 T-Rabs could curl up on it and still have room left over. Well, maybe not 5. Maybe 3. Okay, maybe just me. But definitely me. Stretched out on top of that book, chewing on the spiral, snoozing away, enjoying the lovely freedom. That sounds so great, I take a nap right on top of the hay I've been eating. When I wake up, the kids are gone. Now where did they go? They left me all alone again. I stomp my feet. What's the matter, Bunny Boo? Mrs. Cabbage asks. Well, that's all right then. I'm not completely alone. Everyone's out at recess. Recess, yes! I stand in front of the door to my cage and stare at her expectantly. It's freedom time! Mrs. Cabbage laughs. Not today, Mr. Bunnykins. What? What does she mean, not today? You already had your recess running down the hallway. No, I did not. That wasn't recess. That was an escape. Doesn't she know the difference? How can she be so mean to me? I stomp my feet at her, but she just giggles. Ah! I storm into my house and stomp my feet again. The kids come back, but it's a long, boring afternoon because no one lets me out to play. I take another nap because I'm just that bored. The kids leave for the day, and Mrs. Cabbage gives me a treat and some pellet food, which isn't as good as the veggies or the yogurt treats, but it's okay. Then she leaves me too. But you know what she does before she leaves? She checks all 3 latches on my bunny palace. First, she checks the top one. She pulls on it and says, "That's good, all nice and tight." Then she pulls the latch on the 2nd floor and 3rd floors too. Well, Mr. T-Rab, looks like you're all bundled up safe and sound for the night, so I'll see you tomorrow. I love you, my bunny boo. She turns out the lights, waves, and then disappears through the door. I check all 3 latches right off. She's right. They're locked tight. I chew on them, but nothing happens. I stomp my feet. My bunny palace has a few flaws in it. Ooh, parsley. How'd that get down here? Yummylicious. Must have dropped it down the ramp. I love it when that happens. I finish my unexpected treat and look around. I hop to the door of the cage and stare out into the darkened classroom. That tiger's still out there. He's stalking me, pacing around my bunny palace, trying to figure out a way in. Well, ha! I tell him, the drawbridge is up, and my bunny palace is secure. No tigers allowed here. The tiger doesn't answer me. He never does, but I know he's mad. He's trying to get in, but I won't let him. He has spies everywhere. All those desks staring at me with their beady little eyes, trying to figure out a way in. Ha! Not gonna happen, I tell them. I spend about 10 trillion hours pacing up and down the ramps, guarding the 3 levels of my bunny palace. I also eat a lot of hay, and I chew on my litter box. It doesn't really do anything to it, but I like the teeth marks I leave behind. I also chew on my house. It's made of wood, and it kind of tastes yummy. Maybe if I work at it hard enough, I can add a window to my house. On the bottom ramp, I discover someone left something that looks suspiciously like a wooden rattle. Seriously, it looks like a rattle for babies. I sneer at the rattle, then turn and shout at the tiger, "Very funny! Like I'm going to play with a rattle. You're just jealous because I'm inside this bunny palace and you're locked out there. So, ha! I turn and storm up the ramp. After about 10,000 hours of nothing to do, I go back to the rattle and stare at it. It's a wooden rod and it has a ring on it. It looks like good chewing material. I'm not going to play with it, of course, because I'm not a baby. But I might decide to eat it because it doesn't belong here. I pounce on it. It skitters across the floor. Come back, you! I pounce on it again. The little ring thing slides to the bottom of the rattle and just sits there. I toss my head and the rattle goes flying and lands at the bottom of the ramp. I jump after it, grab it with my teeth and drag it up the ramp. I toss it into a corner on the second floor and stand there staring at it. Where to chew first? The ring has possibilities. I get my teeth around one end of it and I shake it hard. I settle down beside the rattle and chew on the ring. I keep flipping the rattle up so that it turns and I can get at the other side of the ring. All right, you ready? Here's a picture. This is Tyrabbisaurus Rex, T-Rab, having a lovely time with that rattle. He's not playing with it, of course. He's just, attacking it because it doesn't belong there. That's right. Even though I chew on that rattle for something like 97,000 hours, it doesn't ever get any smaller. I think it's a magical rattle. It's impervious to my fierce Tyrabbisaurus Rex teeth. Well, we'll see about that. I chew on it and I nap. Then I have some hay. Then I chew on my rattle again. I drag it up the ramp and down the ramp and all over my bunny palace. I'm determined to break the spell that protects this rattle from my teeth of doom. Finally, after a long night of battling the magical properties protecting that rattle, I place the rattle on the second floor of my palace, then plop down on top of it. It's my rattle, I yell at the tiger, and you can't have it. I will figure out what enchantment you placed on this rattle, and I will chew it into oblivion. You'll never get it back. Ha! And then I give an evil laugh with the power of my mind. But the tiger doesn't reply. He's stubborn. That tiger is. All right. So that's the end of that chapter. And at this point, we are pretty far along in our book. I would say we're about 2/3 of the way. Getting mighty close to the end. And I'm pretty excited about it. So if you would like to go to my website, there is an activity there like usual for you to work on. And we will be back tomorrow for another chapter from Tyrabbisaurus Rex. Hope to see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.